How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 13 of Star Wars The Bad Batch. This episode is titled Infested. Last episode, we saw the end of a two-part story arc set on Vyloth, where the Bad Batch had to rescue the Syndulas from the grasp of the Empire with the help of Hauser the Clone, who, basically adds to the theory that not every clone submits to the chip. I guess that's what we're going for. Like, the chip did work, but he's just going against it, kind of. And a couple of other clones too. Crosshair's pissed, then Crosshair wants to go after the Bad Batch, and that's how the episode ended. Now, hopefully, this episode we get Crosshair hunting down the Bad Batch, but how much do you want to bet that that's not going to happen? They do something big with the story, and then they move away from it for an episode, and then they come back to it. But yeah, let's stop dilly-dallying around and get right into the fucking episode. Dun 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 dun. Infested. Among Us?
It is not the first time she has left out key details.
Ah, so we skipped a couple of missions. That's a bounty hunter. Oh shit.
Let's find Sid.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Where do you think
The
you're
Syndicate
going?
families? Wasn't that the Pykes? What are they called?
It's rude to barge into one's office unannounced.
Oh
This
god.
isn't you.
What are you doing with her?
I paid. This parlor and Ord Mantell are now my territory.
Nice
There she
to
is.
see one of you cares.
I mean,
So you boys
oh my
met
god.
Rogue.
Why?
He's a former client, and
Why are they? Why? What are they doing there?
by joining up with the Pykes.
Yeah,
What's he doing on Ord Mantell?
there was a Pykes. I know my shit.
But we are taking it back.
When we needed help, we came to Sid, remember? Now she needs help.
You tell him, Tiny. My sources tell me that a buyer's meeting Roland tonight to acquire a shipment of spice.
Well, why don't we just walk in there and take it? We can handle those guards.
No one can know we're involved.
I wonder if this is going to connect to Maul in any kind of way, because Maul was contacting the Syndicate families and shit. This kind of feels like just an episode to get to 16. Like, where's Crosshair? You know what I'm saying? You can't end the last episode with Crosshair being like, I'm going to go find them, and then this episode he's nowhere to be seen. Like, come on.
We don't want to wake the hive.
Infested.
Not afraid of a few bugs.
Well, it won't be a problem if everyone keeps their traps shut.
How big is this? How big are these bugs? And are they things we recognise? Reminds me of like Metro or something. The spiderwebs. What is that? I mean, even if you're quiet, like you're shining lights at them. You fucking. What? How? You've just awoken the hive.
What did I say?
What is it? What are they? Just go. What are you waiting for them for? Go. Just go. I would have just gone. Like, why would you stand there and wait for it to, like, for something to happen? Oh yeah, because he doesn't like heights. That makes sense. I was like wondering why he dropped the flashlight. This motherfucker is literally just always in this bar. Why has he got pop? Is that popcorn? What is that? Oh, that's the things they had a couple of episodes ago. That's like all this cliche thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like leaving cheese for a mouse, even though they don't like cheese apparently.
Find her.
That sounds like a voice I should recognize. Wait, so they did all that just to get into the bar?
6 crates of spice confirmed.
Nice. Are you gonna go back through the tunnels? Are you mental?
We looked everywhere. Can't find her.
Give it more minutes.
Now we've done it.
You absolute clowns.
Good girl. After them.
But why?
The spice.
So?
It's gone.
Oh great, and now there's gonna be a shootout and... Oh yeah, they're doing that because they want to be silent, right? See you, boys. I guarantee the hive's already awake.
What's that sound?
Like, that flashlight woke them up from earlier. They've just been slowly awakening.
Power up the engine!
What is it? Oh, they're big. Never mind. They're quite big. Wait, what?
The light. Use your torches.
Ah. This is very Metro inspired.
Not the spice!
Fuck it. Wait, if they lose this. Oh, Jesus. That was lovely. But now, because of the spice, they'll get more powerful. No, you're not gonna kill these boys. So you. Oh, great.
Get them out of here.
Where is our payment?
I need more time.
No,
We
that's not
did
true.
not
Okay.
come to hear excuses.
Oh,
You are out of your depth, Durand.
they're definitely setting up something with the Pykes. He's sweating. You see that? Nice little
Are you
detail
sure
there.
your palate?
So they're just gone?
Even better than expected.
Yeah, but he's gonna come out now, yeah.
It has come to my attention that you have stolen our shipment of spice.
Huh.
Kill them all.
Oh, alright.
Don't have.
My patience is wearing very thin.
You don't seem to have facial animation, so it's kind of hard to judge how you're feeling, you know what I'm saying?
We can't leave Omega with them.
Well, you've just.
Don't have a
You already
choice.
done it.
I got the kid into this mess, and I'll get
Hmm.
her out.
Also, is that just me or does Vecca look more like. Has he got more scars now? How does that make sense? How is it that far away? Because it's like the tunnels were just outside where the club was, right? That's going to cause vibrations, isn't it? It's going to wake them all up. One of them's going to, like, Vecca's going to secure one and it's going to drop or something.
So she's a criminal too.
Who's
You
more?
make it sound so undignified.
Rest later. Final crate secure.
Bring them up with the crates? That's fucking stupid. Oh, damn it. I swear to God, if fucking Vecca dies here, as a big thermal detonator or just like a big flashbang. Jesus. And there we go, the Pykes got their spice.
Kill him, and you'll be starting a war with Issa Durand.
We do not accept bad deals.
Oh yeah, so you only accept good deal. You're not gonna do it. Oh, you just cut off his horn.
Come on, boys. First round's on me.
Maybe he's not all bad.
Durand. Have you hidden any in Rebels? I swear. See, there's some characters I click instantly, but then there's some that I just don't. And that's it. Yeah. Hey, Clone Wars, what are you doing? That's definitely probably the weakest episode, unless Durand is someone we should have recognised. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the reviews. 6.5. I know it's not good to base it off other things, but still. Like, last episode was good. It was pretty good. Like, for a 2-episode story arc, it was very good. And then, like, the end of that 2-episode story arc was like, oh, I'm going after the Bad Batch, Crosshair. And then you have this episode where it's just not connected to that at all. And that's the problem with it. You know, it's doing predictable shit that every TV show does nowadays. Except that, you know, there's a couple of shows that don't really do that. But still, don't get me wrong. I love the show. I like the show. But, like, I swear to God, I'm saying this every single episode now. Just remove the episodes or shorten the season down. I mean, I guess the only thing this episode really did was help Sid develop. I'm a story guy. I don't give a shit about filler. Because this is what it is. If it doesn't come back in any episodes, it's filler. That's what filler is. If there's no references to it, if there's no, like, oh yeah, remember this? It's filler. Half of the episodes in the show are literally filler. And I know people are going to say, well, but Clone Wars did this, you know, Clone Wars, Rebels even did it. Yes. But the problem is, different times. Then it was acceptable, because at least, you know, it's on just TV and it's on every week on TV. You're paying for a subscription service to watch Bad Batch, and this is the episodes you're getting. Last episode ended with Crosshair going, I need to hunt down the Bad Batch. And then this episode has no connection to that. Why end the episode like that then? Like, that's like getting people like, oh shit, next episode, and then it doesn't happen. It's like having Walking Dead, right? Negan shows up in Walking Dead. I mean, there was a cliffhanger there, but still, like, Negan shows up in Walking Dead, right? And instead of them showing the kills, who he killed in the episode later, they show it in, like, episode 15 of season 7. That's, like, the equivalent of it. Or, like, with Breaking Bad, like, instead of the shootout at the end of season 5, instead of going back to that, literally the episode later, they go back to it in the finale or something. You know, they just skip 2 episodes. Even with Clone Wars, like, imagine you had the Maul and Ahsoka fight, and then they don't go back to Maul and Ahsoka, it goes to some random planet as Order 66 takes place. And we never get to see, like, Maul and Ahsoka going through that. Like, there's nothing wrong with world building, but I don't get what world are they building? Like, there's no, they're on the same planet they've been on for the past couple of episodes in the club. And then they just go against this fucking hive, trying to get some spice for the Pykes. Like, we know the Pykes are out there. To be fair, I'd rather go back to the Pykes with what's going on with Maul. Like, that's more interesting as a storyline, because there's still a huge gap in Maul's story, right? And I'd rather see that than this episode, because that's more interesting as just a plot point. Not because it's Maul, just because it's just more interesting for a story. Seeing Maul, like, with the crime syndicate families, fucking sick. That shit's good. This show, Bad Batch, is worse than Clone Wars Season 1. Like, and I don't like saying that. Like, I think the show has so much potential, man. But the fact that, like, we haven't even gone back to the Cad Bane shit. Like, what's going on with that? You know what I'm saying? Where's Cad Bane? Where's Fennec? Where's the Kimonian shit? Episode 15, 16, the finale. Someone who works on the show said that this episode is a standalone episode, which basically means it's not connected to any of the plot, aka filler. Like, there's genuinely no reason to watch this episode. I'm getting so fucking annoyed with it, because, like, I sit down, I start recording it, and I'm like I'm very like anxious to see what happens in the episode, and then like 5 minutes in, I'm like, it's gonna be filler. I literally said it as the intro. I literally said it. I guarantee it's not going to be connected to the Crosshair shit, because it's so predictable with how the show's doing shit. It's like, I look, like, come on, you guys know I love Star Wars. Like, Clone Wars Season 7, the last 4 episodes was fucking fantastic. Mandalorian Season 2 was great. Obviously, I was a little bit iffy with the Luke CGI nonsense, because it looked a bit jarring for me, and I'm like, Clone Wars revolves around so many different characters, so many different people in the Clone Wars. Anakin, Ahsoka, Padme, Jar Jar, you know, but this show focuses on just the Bad Batch. How can you have fillers with just the same characters? What are you doing? You don't need filler. I get it, world building is great, but you can do world building without filler. Last 2 episodes, for instance, that was great world building. You know, we got to see characters we knew, we got to see, you know, how the Empire was impacting Ryloth, and we got to see new characters with Hauser, and that interesting, like, aspect of the story there. But then you have this one, and it's just like, what? People are very mad. Like, I'm just looking at the Twitter feed. I know Twitter's not a good, like, way to emphasize whether something is good or not, but still, like, I'm just looking at, like, the reception underneath, like, the main, like, Bad Batch page. And then people are, like, saying, how come Sid's getting more development than the main cast? Dude, we've got 3 episodes left. 4 episodes left, and you decide to have a filler episode? I told you last week. Of 4 episodes, you need to have 4 banging episodes. We're only going to get 2. I guarantee 15 and 16 are going to be the 2 big episodes. Maybe maybe next episode might be good. Maybe. I'm hoping for, anyway. Also, yeah, wouldn't Bad Batch be a good way to bring Cody back? Another missed opportunity there. That's what I would have done, because, like, I've been so fucking curious, because we've not seen Cody since Revenge of the Sith. That was in 2005. You know, not as like a fan service thing, just to see what happened to him after Revenge of the Sith, because that to me is such a more interesting story than what we're doing in the fucking Bad Batch. We just got introduced to these characters, right? Last season of Clone Wars. Sure, they've been around for a little bit because of the unfinished episodes. But then we've spent a whole show with them, compared to... I'd prefer a show with Cody. after the events of Order 66. I think that would be sick. Because I want to see things from the villain side of things. Like, I'm getting so fed up of seeing the hero's side of shit. It gets so boring in media. I just want to see the villain side of the story more. It's more interesting. Like, look at Infinity War. Infinity War, that nailed it. Like, Thanos, like, it hands down made him like one of the best villains in Marvel because of what they did with him in that film. And then, like, Star Wars has kind of touched on it. You know, with Battlefront 2's story, it kind of went, oh, you know, you start off with the Empire, but then you immediately go to the Rebels group. And Maul. Like, the episodes that they do with Maul and Savage and Clone Wars, that was like, holy shit, these are good episodes, because it's like, you're spending it with the villains, and we get to see more than just the hero's side of the story. And I like that. But when you just focus on the heroes itself, it's very fucking boring, because how's this different from Rebels? You know, it's just a bunch of clones going around doing missions for some random, like, contractor or, like, bounty woman. Or lizard, I guess. Now is not the time to be introducing new characters. We should be wrapping up storylines for the season and then setting up new ones for the next one. I'd make this show maybe 13 episodes, 12 episodes, 10, maybe. 10 episodes. Fucking 10 fantastic episodes. That's all you need. That's all you need. Maybe I would have had a couple of, like maybe 1 or 2 filler, but, like, maybe, like, the cut episode just to kind of, like, be like, oh, you know, cut's still around, you know. But other than that, I swear to God, I've said the same thing every fucking episode. Every single episode. Even on the good episodes I've said it. Because I just know that, like, oh, we've got a good episode, that means next episode's going to be bad. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if Crosshair let's say if it is next episode, if Crosshair dies, guarantee the Bad Batch won't give a shit. Because their development is so fucking ass. They didn't even give much to, like, half the characters in this episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, Omega had a little bit. Hunter didn't really do much, you know? Wrecker, I mean, he just carried shit, you know, and he was just there as a plot device to alert the Horde, right? Or the Hive, not the Horde. I mean, it is kind of a Horde. But still, like, Omega seemed to be the only one in this episode that actually did something. And Sid. Every other character was just kind of there. And Tech, he did something too, but it's just like, ugh. So people on the show are kind of like teasing the next episodes are going to be, the next 3 episodes are going to be potentially insane. But I feel like everyone on the show does that. If I was working on a show, and like I was a showrunner, and I was like one of the writers for the episode, and like the episodes after would be sick, but the episode before these episodes, or before like episode 10, 11, and 12 or whatever, episode 9 and 8 aren't that good, I'd be open about it. I'd be like, yeah, these next 2 episodes, they're not insane, you know, just to set expectations, you know, just to give people an indication of what to expect. When you do that and you hype the episodes up every fucking week and then the episodes are just bad, it's like, what the fuck? It's cool to see the Pykes though, but that's like literally the only thing I can, like, there's genuinely nothing to talk about other than like, fucking stop the filler. Someone else, there's never a plan. There isn't a plan to rescue Crosshair. There isn't a plan to fight against the Empire. There isn't a plan that doesn't revolve on Omega and around her once. There's never a fucking plan on this series, and it shows. It is facts. Like, it's not even an opinion, it's genuine facts. Like, they genuinely don't give a shit about Crosshair. At all. They genuinely don't. That's why I was so baffled, like, the way they acted, like, they got their chips removed, and now it was like, oh yeah, we don't give a shit about Crosshair, we're going to fight him. You know? They just don't care about him. So, like, when he dies, I just feel like they're just going to walk away from him and just not care. Maybe Omega will be the only one that gives a shit. Like, it just wouldn't be sad. Because what they've done with Crosshair, they've technically kind of ruined him. Because, I mean, to be fair, he's only really been in, like, 4 episodes in the show. Right? He was in episode 1. He's in episode 3. He's in episode 8, I think. Right? Episode 8. He was in episode 9 for, like, 2 seconds. Then he was in he's only been in 6 episodes. Right? Maybe I'm miscounting, but come on. Like, one of the main members of the Bad Batch, putting him in 6 episodes is a bit... Jesus. But yeah, probably the worst episode of this show so far, I think. I don't like going into the episode negative. It's just frustrating that we're still doing this after 13 episodes. We're still doing filler shit. Anyway, like, I understand doing it towards the beginning of the season, but not got 4. We have 3 episodes after this. 3 episodes. And you have the last 4 episodes, like you have one of them being filler. Maybe even the next episode. We don't know. We don't know. Next episode could be filler too. But I assume they're going to do like, okay, they'll do the crosshair shit next episode. Then maybe the bounty hunter stuff like Cad Bane, and then maybe the Commonians, like, will get a hold of Omega. Maybe Boba Fett could come into it and kill Cad Bane or something, I don't know. Be more interesting, I think. I'd probably say this is the weakest episode of the show so far, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Hopefully the next 3 episodes are fucking bangers. Hopefully. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the Walking Dead Season 11 trailer that's coming out over the weekend. Either I'll get it up tomorrow or Sunday. We'll just have to wait and see. But it'll be pretty juicy, hopefully. See you in the next one. Ta-ta! And farewell.